Good, boys? Nick Dorenzo here, and today I gotta make a video about how I don't even recognize myself. And when I say this, I'm dead fucking serious. I don't even recognize myself, and even 2 weeks ago is an unrecognizable version of myself from who I am today. I cringe at myself 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a week ago, because of how fast I'm improving. Whether it's like literally with my appearance, my physical appearance. I'm cutting right now after a crazy bulk. I am transforming. My face is completely changing every single week. My body's changing. Whether it's my mental shifting, me like completely transforming how I view the world, whether it's my communication skills, my ability to make videos, my ability to work with people, all these different things are transforming so fast. And I'm making this video because a lot of people out there don't know who you could be. There's like, you are the version of yourself right now, and no matter how good you think that version of you is, there is always a version that cringes at the version that you are right now. As hard as it is to believe, no matter what situation you're in, there is a version that cringes at you right now. And it's like kind of like that feeling when you look back and you see the version of yourself, when you were a kid or whatever, and you just cringe at that person. It's kind of like that same old thing, but it's different when you're on self-development. So I just want to go into like my story, why I'm changing, why I'm transforming at such a rapid pace. So it all stemmed from me hitting a low, me hitting rock bottom. So about like 2 years ago, when I tell you my whole entire life was just weed, partying, random hookups, me lusting over everything and anything, like I was gone mentally, not this person. And basically the reason I was so into these things was because I have this ADHD hyper focus that goes all in on anything I do. So when I started to use that hyper focus, I became infatuated with weed, with these drugs and shit, because I was really a curious person at the core. Like I would always just try to figure out, why am I on this earth? What's my meaning? I always had a good relationship with God, but during this phase of my life, it started to drift off a bit. And during this phase of my life, I would start to look at my circumstances, my situations, whatever I was dealing with, in a sense of me thinking that this was the life that I was meant to live. So I became obsessed, right? It was months and months and years, like just years of me being like this. And it wasn't until I took it to the absolute depth that, God gave me derealization. I was dealt with the derealization. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I know some of you guys have dealt with it or heard of it. Derealization destroyed me completely, like completely. Waking up, that was the only thought I thought from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. The only single thought that I would think was, am I ever going to become okay again? That was it. Like I would wake up, nothing else. Wake up, oh fuck, it's another day. I gotta wake up feeling like I'm behind a glass wall. I gotta go try to talk to people feeling like I'm 100,000 miles away. I gotta go try to be like myself and just fake a persona every single day. Still, I was like, God, can I just have one more day to where I can feel present on this earth, to where my eyes don't have visual snow and I'm just like in this staticky freaking dream all day. That's all I wanted. I didn't even want anything else out of life at this point. And during this phase, I would continue to drink. I would continue to smoke because I felt like I had to fit in with everyone else, even when it continued to make this derealization worse. So from there, I started to realize that, wow, I'm fucking myself over. I mean, I'm fucking myself over. I have two choices: to become bitter or to be better. To say nothing matters in life, screw it, I'm gonna destroy my brain, this doesn't matter. Trust me, that was an option. Or I could say, no matter what happens to me in this life, I am going to maximize, I am going to control the things that I can control. So I started to find things that I could control. Whether it was the gym, whether it was eating right, I could always control the foods that went into my body. No one else could take that away from me. Whether it was the time I woke up, whether it was how I ran, whether it was, just how I portrayed myself, I could start to control the things that I could control. And even though when I spoke, it didn't feel like I was talking, or when I was driving, I didn't feel like it was my hand. No matter what, I made it work. I went to the weights, I went to the iron, and all I could think about was moving weight, was lifting iron, was PRing, was improving in the gym. And no matter what happened to me in life, I always knew if I can stick to the gym, no matter what happens, when I'm finally okay again, when I'm finally back to the version of myself that is happy again, that feels normal, that doesn't feel disconnected, I'm going to have a temple and a physique that I am so proud of. And I look back and I'm like, I don't regret anything I've ever done because it all led me to where I am now. And all that self-development phase of me going through shit while I felt so much pain mentally, all of that time built this unsurmountable amount of discipline because I had to literally stick to my word when I felt like I was in hell. It led me to find God on a different level because I realized if he wouldn't have put me through this pain, I would have been okay with partying and drinking and being a fucking loser for the rest of my life. So thank God he did that to me. Now I can look at my situation, realize everything happened for me, not to me, but for me to build me and sculpt me into the man I was meant to become. So I am the version of myself right now. And it didn't stop here because all the work it took me to get to the baseline level that I was at, I understood what it takes to self-develop, what it takes to improve. So I looked at myself at this baseline level and I said, what can I do to shoot this up above baseline? And it was exactly the steps it took me to get out of the rock bottom. Control what you can control. Now I have more things I can control, but it comes from mastering what you can control. So I started to look at myself and I said, what can I maximize to make sure that I get to the next level now? Because I became obsessed, right? All that hyper-focus obsession that I put in through the negative shit all went into the self-development. So I became infatuated with self-development. Use all of that pain every single day now is a whole different version because I have this inertia that won't stop. And as soon as I turn it off in my head, I lose everything. So I don't miss a day. I never miss a day. And every single day, I am always working to improve how I portray myself, how I speak, how I act, how I look, and all of these things. Like I care about these things now. So everything happens for a reason. No matter what is happening in your life, look at it from a perspective saying, hey, this is happening for me, not to me. It's happening for me to build me and sculpt me. That is the mindset, guys. I speak like this because I feel like God just speaks through me when I have these messages out. I have so much passion behind what I'm talking about, and I really, really wanted to get out this story for you guys. So understand, if you aren't happy with how you look, how you feel, how you act, even if you are happy, there is a version of you that is way, way better that looks back and cringes at the version you are right now. And understand, there is always, always a better version of yourself. So I appreciate you guys all for watching this video. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, link's going to be in the bio of this. You can see everything I do, time I wake up, how I act, tons of advice. I give so much value on there. You can connect with me on there, DM me, all of that, etc. But I appreciate you guys for all watching this video. I'll catch you in the next. Peace.